Yo, what up? So I thought I might just jump into the video. Welcome to Freedom Papers. Today we are going to talk about fear. What ambiguous word or concept to even try to address, right? Because what are we even talking about when we talk about fear? I mean, it could be the fear of failure or success. It could be the fear of walking away from something. It could be the fear of judgment from others. It could be the fear of what trying something new. It could be the fear, who knows? I mean, and then there's subcategories of what fear is. I mean, it's anxiety, it's worry, it's doubt. Um, it's so many things that can keep you out of alignment with your own personal power. So I got an email from someone and they said that they wanted me to tackle fear. And I was like, whoa, okay. I've definitely done a video on fear in the past. However, it was more specifically in connection with something that I dealt with personally and how I moved through the fear in that moment. But today I said, okay, let me think of maybe some general things that all of us can do when we're facing fear to move through it in that moment. Because at the end of the day, that's a part of the journey to deal with fear and worry and anxiety. And one of the things that we can do is to keep practicing the principles, keep practicing the things that we learn that you can do. Keep running your champion tape. That mental chatterbox can go negative or positive for you. And one of the things that I've been doing over the years is I've been programming myself to default to the more empowered thoughts than I do the other. It doesn't mean that I don't have, human experiences and go into places of worry sometimes or go into spaces of anxiety about something, but because I'm aware that I need to make sure that thing ain't living there for rent free. I go back to the tools that I've been picking up over the years. And what do I mean by rent free? I was just talking to my girlfriend today, and she was dealing with a fear of her own, and it was in the form of anxiety. And I said, have you checked where that's coming from? Basically, like, what thoughts are you allowing to live in your mind, in your space, rent free? I mean, when we go out there and we try to get an apartment or get approved for a home, they don't just let you walk in the joint. You got to put up your credit, show your credit score. You got to, for an apartment, give a security deposit. For a mortgage, you have to do a down payment. They want to make sure that your credit history is cool so that they know that they can rely on you to pay your bills on time. They want to know if you have some assets just in case they got a lien on something. You can't just walk into a space. That's the way I feel we need to treat these fearful thoughts. Qualify it. Are you qualified to be here? In my mind, wreaking havoc, causing me worry and doubt and anxiety. And a lot of the times, the things that we're afraid of don't even exist. There's something that we are living in the future about that hasn't even happened. And there's a quote out there that says, borrowing tomorrow's worries for today. It may not even happen. A lot of times it doesn't, but we allow ourselves to live in that forward space where it hasn't happened and cause ourselves so much doubt, so much anxiety, so much stress and worry. And we deplete the quality of our living in the moment for something that doesn't even exist. So if we can remember that when we encounter these thoughts, let me qualify whatever this is I'm thinking about and make sure that it belongs here. Before you give it all your attention to try to fix something, make sure it even belongs there. You feel me? So I wrote down a couple things because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to remember all of this and I don't want to forget it. And it wasn't too extensive. I'll make this quick. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. So find out, what is the fear? Does it belong there? Are you borrowing tomorrow's worries for today? Is it a reality that it's actually going to happen? And even if we are not sure, what can you focus on in the moment, right now, that can put your attention on what you do want to create in your life? Even if it's like off the subject matter. Sometimes I'll go into a space where something else is bothering me in a relationship. And then I put my attention on what it is I'd like to create in my career, or what it is I have a fitness goal. So I go to the gym, and not only do I get a chance to, contribute to that fitness goal, but I get to release some stress in cardio and pumping iron or whatever. You feel me? So make sure that you qualify that thought that's wreaking havoc in your brain, that's giving you worry and doubt and anxiety. Does it even belong there? Has it been qualified to be there? Is it even real? You know? A lot of us fear trusting our gut. A lot of us get the right answers about things, and these are going to be general answers to things. So I don't know in what way this is going to relate to something that, whoever is watching this is going through, but, see if it helps you in some way. But trust your gut. A lot of the times we will get the right answers on what to do next when we're worried about something or we have anxiety about something. And a lot of times we got it a long time ago, and now we're dealing with the after effects of not paying attention to ourselves, not listening to ourselves. So go back into a quiet place, or wherever it is that you think you do your best thinking. And, ask, how do I really feel? And what's really going on? And what is the next best step to take? And trust your first mind. A lot of the times we'll reason ourselves out of our first mind because we don't like the answer. But that doesn't mean it's not correct for you. So learning to trust your gut is huge in moving through fear and doubt and worry and anxiety. It doesn't mean that you won't experience those emotions, but it empowers you to trust yourself and take action. And then you get stronger. And those things that used to plague you and make you fearful, you get a little bit stronger on it, honey. You know what I'm saying? Treat life like the adventure that it is. A lot of the times we'll get so wrapped up in what's happening that we forget to just, this too shall pass. This decision, even if it's not the greatest decision, I'll make it through if I just keep going. It'll dissipate and become something else. You know what I mean? If I don't win, I'm going to learn or I'm going to grow, which is a win-win situation. So just remember to treat life like the adventure that it is when stuff gets really overwhelming. And remember that this too shall pass. And no matter what is in front of you, either you're going to win with it or you're going to learn from it. And that's a win-win situation. Let's see. Yeah, and that speaks to this other point that I kind of wrote down. It says you can recover from most anything. Hang in there. A lot of the times something can be so heavy in the moment. It's like, oh my gosh. And you can't see the forest for the trees, honey. You're like, how am I going to move through this? But just keep going and keep being willing to learn from what's in front of you. Keep an open mind as much as possible, and you'll get through it. And then hindsight, of course, will be 20/20. And let's see, was there one? Yeah, and I think I mentioned this earlier. Stay focused on your goals. Go back to those things that are really important. What choices can you make right now in the moment that can put you one step closer to what you do want to experience, whether it's romantically, and trusting that life is conspiring on behalf of your good. That if you look for the good, it's looking for you. So, stay focused on those things that you do want to experience for yourself. Remember that, dealing with thoughts of worry and doubt and anxiety, it's a natural thing to do, but you can empower yourself by taking action. You can empower yourself by getting aware of whether it even belongs there. Because if it's living rent-free and it's not supposed to be there, kick it out. And if it is there, just face it. Ask for help. Be willing to look at it. Be willing to grow from it. Use it as a stepping stone. We hear this stuff, sounds like a cliche term, but it's real. It's the real deal. That's why it has staying power. Whenever we hear these quotes that you've heard it before, it's because it's the real deal. It has staying power because if you apply it to your life for real, that's where the magic is at. I hope this kind of helped somebody. I know that it was kind of an ambiguous approach to this word, fear, but take what you can get from it. And I'll be back. See you soon.